I'm Amy Smith, and I'm going to share with you a fun preschool curriculum you can create for your child using all books from Usborne Books and More. I'm going to start with some categories: ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, some science learning, activities, reading aloud, all just very fun, no pressure. I am a firm believer that children don't need formal education before the ages of 5 and really 6. Just follow your child. You don't need to worry about them being behind. They will get it. Just enjoy the time together. Embrace their childhood and the young stage that they're at. My favorite ABC books and 1, 2, 3 books are a pack that came out of the vault. So these are oldies but goodies. The First Picture ABC and the First Picture 1, 2, 3. I love these because it's very, very simple. Your child can equate a couple pictures to one letter, apple, astronaut, as you're reading together. It's very, very sweet. So I love to just recommend this pack because the 1, 2, 3 is also equally awesome. But let me show you the other alphabet book that I also recommend. So First Picture ABC, which comes together with 1, 2, 3, and then also the alphabet picture book. I love this one because this is even simpler than the smaller ABC book that I just showed you. So it's a bit bigger, but it just has one picture: apple, butterfly, castle, dinosaur. They're learning that beginning phoneme, connecting it with a picture, reading it together, just going through with the letters. Very simple. So I think this book is really fantastic for that. But also, again, I love this pack. The other numbers book that I love is our Lift the Flap numbers. We have many Lift the Flap books with Usborne Books and More. And this book, just the first page: 1 car, 2 skid loaders, 3 rocking horses. Can you count them? 1, 2, 3. So each page is going to be similar. Can you find the penguins? Let's find the penguins. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 penguins. So you're connecting, you're working together on the farm, in space, at the fair. So really fun. The little mouse is behind the door. She's got a little letter for her. Can you find her letter? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're just kind of an adventure to look through your numbers together. Again, this 1, 2, 3 is a lot simpler. You're going to be counting 1 castle, but you'll also see there's 1 dragon, 1 fairy, 2 sheep, 2 fluffy lambs, 2 daffodils, 2 trees, 2 butterflies. So all on the page is going to be 2, 6 running dogs, 8 spotted fish, an octopus, of course. So it's very simple. 10 munching caterpillars. You're also going to see 10 flowers with 10 bugs. So it's a very simple 1, 2, 3 counting book. So those are the 2 alphabet books I recommend, and the 2 counting books that I also really love and recommend highly. Looking into colors is another thing that you're learning in preschool. 3s, 4s, 5s, even, you're learning about colors. This one is a little bit more detailed, and you're not going to talk about every single blue here, but I love the full page of blue. You can talk, are your jeans blue? Oh, a robin's egg is blue. Whales are blue. Look at all the different shades of blue. So, and as they get older, you can talk about the different shades of blue and the specific names for those. But I love that there's so many things to look at for each color. Red, and the last page will talk to you about changing colors and how different colors make, the primary colors can make other colors. So this is a very, very sweet book that can grow with your child, the Big Book of Colors. One more book about math, which is always so great for children to learn, is Telling the Time. This book has taught all of my children how to tell time. Well, not my youngest quite yet, but Telling the Time Poppy and Sam, they're learning to tell the time with this attached clock here. So what time do they get up? It's 7 o'clock. So you're going to move that hour hand to the 7. It's 7 o'clock, just like it says 7 o'clock on their little clock on their nightstand. And as you go through the day, look, it's 9 o'clock. They have chores, they eat lunch, they eat dinner, their dad comes home. All the things happen, and you're continuing to change the clock as you go through their day. It's 5 o'clock, time to pick dad up from the station. Let's move it to 5 o'clock. So telling the time, I highly recommend this one. Moving on to some activities that you can do with your child for hands-on learning. We have many activity books. So I just wanted to break down some of my favorites. Step-by-step books are really wonderful for teaching your child about shapes and being creative with drawing things. I'm going to show you, so we have step-by-step animals, step-by-step people, and lastly we have step-by-step drawing. And let me just show you some of the sweet pictures my children have made. How to draw a knight. Draw a body, and so it has text instructions but also pictorial instructions, so it's really accessible. Then a teardrop shaped head, and then you move on to make the knight's shield and sword. But look what my child made, and this was when she was just, I know, 4 or 5, and then there's her little tiny bug that she worked on. So it's very fun to go back and see, oh, there's the penguin she worked on. So these books can really be a treasure, and there's a lot of figures that you can make in those. Children also love to work with their hands, having that textile, fine motor skills. Stickers are perfect for that. We have these little stickers books, Zoo and Farm. These books are great because the stickers themselves have a good amount of give around them, so they're easier to lift up for children, easier to lift up, and you put them on the scenes of the page. So you can tell your child where it will go, or they can decide for themselves. But those are very fun for children. Little Stickers Farm. We also love Little Stickers Zoo. We have books for unicorns and pirates, many different in this genre. We also have the First Stickers books, which are similar to this in that they have the border outline around the shape of the sticker, and it's going to be easier for your child to put on. Sticker books are great for those fine motor skills. Another activity which can really be paired with the drawing, you might want to do this one first before you start the step-by-step drawing, rubber stamp activities. These come with rubber stamps and a stamp pad. And it's so fun because your child can begin to see how shapes make creatures. Here's a little otter, and for the otter you're going to put a circle down and 2 squares and then the teardrop, and then you can add a little face to him with your marker. And with the frog, you can do the same. So it's teaching your child about those shapes step by step, and they're already right there for them. So they don't have to have that fine motor skill of holding a pencil yet. So this one would definitely be a great one to choose. And you know, some children aren't holding a pencil until they're 5 or 6. That's okay. Some children aren't writing until they're 6 or 7. That's okay. Some children aren't reading until they're 7, and that's okay too. Wherever your child is at, please don't feel like they're behind. I think that in today's society, sometimes we want to go, and get better. We just have to wait and sit sometimes and allow a child to developmentally grow at their pace. Little Wipe Clean Animals to Copy and Trace. So these are Wipe Clean books. This is the little versions, which again are so sweet to trace when they are starting those pen control skills, and helps with observation and just focusing on something. We have our Wipe Clean books, many in this series. I'd recommend starting with pen control. We have mazes as well. The alphabet one and 1, 2, 3 ones are also great for preschool. This one has been very well loved, but we still use it in the car, on the go, tracing the letter and then tracing some of the things that the letter has. alliterated to it: sail, sun, sea, sandcastle, sandwich, and you can read all those and hear this sound as you read through this book. And then the 1, 2, 3, 3 scarves, 3 snowmen, 3 toboggans, 5 planes, and then they can be tracing the planes, and they can mess it up and then just wipe it clean. So these are great, again, for those fine motor skills and focus skills. Let's look here. So the next thing I love to share with parents is children need to just sit with you and be read to. Children need stories in their lives. They absolutely just need to soak up those stories. So I have loved the illustrated fairy tales since I got it. So that was about 5 years ago. And these stories are just memories now in my children's life, in my life with them. These classic fairy tales in this beautiful volume that we have with a ribbon marker. These books have a soft hardcover, these illustrated volumes that we have with the classic stories that you'll just read over and over. These are great for bedtime because they're short. You can read the next one the next night, The Swan Princess. Really beautiful illustrations. And children, they grow. This is the Emperor's New Clothes. They grow from reading with you, sitting on your lap, just absorbing that comfort and equating that to their literacy learning. And it's just a really special time when our kids are young because they grow up, right? We also have a couple compilations of 10-minute stories, and these are also really lovely stories that you can sit with your child. This one is a hardcover and has just as many illustrations. So I like both of these for that preschool age when they still really want to see a lot of pictures. So that's 10-minute stories and illustrated fairy tales. 2 books that come with CDs, if you're not able to sit down and read to your child because we're busy and we can't always, I have a CD player in our kitchen and in my kids' room. I love to have them listening to stories. So these are phonics readers, and it's compiled into a volume of 12 titles that your child can read some rhyming text. Ted's Shed. Now Ted saws off slice after slice. Look who's watching a pair of mice. And they can listen to these stories. This one has flaps here as they're reading, so it's a very fun and interactive. They can listen to these stories and begin to hear those sounds and maybe, just maybe, start to see, okay, each set of letters can create a word. So that's really exciting when you see that, but really watching the pictures is just as fun too. So this is a book with a CD, as well as Farmyard Tales is a book with CD. Farmyard Tales is a collection of 20 books from the classic Poppy and Sam stories. Poppy and Sam are from the Boot family and they live on Apple Tree Farm. And this book is great because it's going to grow with your child. They can eventually, when they're older, read the top line, and an adult or older child can read the bottom line, and that is how it's designed as a dual reader. A woman is selling the geese. How much are the 4 white ones? So when you're ready, you can begin to read these. And my daughter is almost ready to read these, which is very exciting to want to do that with her. Lastly, I want to share with you that preschoolers, kindergartners are not too old to be read nursery rhymes. Nursery rhymes are so important for that phonemic awareness, the rhythmic text. It really can develop their reading and learning skills in life. I highly recommend having a nursery rhyme book in your home. We just came out with this big book of nursery rhymes that's so cute, so adorable. Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. So all of the classics are here. Mary Had a Little Lamb, Baa Baa, Black Sheep, that you can read to your child, that they can memorize, they can know as middle schoolers, as high schoolers, as adults. To have those rhymes in their heads is so important for, again, the learning and the phonemic awareness. So I really encourage you to pick up some of these, whether you're going to be homeschooling or you're just going to be learning at home. These all will help develop your child into the person they will become. Enjoy.